If you have ever been severely constipated and gone looking for a fast, natural solution, you have probably come across the saltwater flush. Health blogs and social media posts promote it as a way to detox your body, clear out your digestive system, and even lose weight. The recipe is simple. Mix non-iodized salt into warm water and drink it. The results are dramatic and fast. And that combination of simplicity and speed is exactly what makes it appealing to people who are uncomfortable and want relief now. But before mixing up that glass of salty water, there is a significant amount of information about what it actually does in your body, why the detox claims are not supported by science, and what the real risks are that most people do not know about before they try it. Let us start with the science of why it works at all. When you drink a normal glass of water, your intestines absorb it into your bloodstream, hydrating your body through a process called osmosis. Salt water flushes work by reversing this process. When you drink water that is saturated with a large amount of salt, your body cannot absorb it the normal way. Instead, in an effort to balance the extreme salt concentration, your body does the opposite. It pulls water out of your bloodstream and pushes it into your intestines. That sudden flood of water fills your digestive tract with liquid and creates significant pressure. That pressure forces your colon to expel its contents, causing a rapid and powerful bowel movement, usually within 30 to 60 minutes. So it works. The mechanism is real. But working is different from being safe, and the speed and violence of the reaction are not incidental. They are the core of the problem. Now here's the piece that most people promoting this remedy do not mention. The largest danger is a severe electrolyte imbalance. Your body needs a precise balance of sodium, potassium, and water to keep your heart beating correctly and your muscles working. When you flood your body with a massive amount of salt all at once, you completely disrupt that balance. This disruption can cause severe muscle cramps, intense dizziness, and extreme weakness. For people with underlying heart conditions, kidney disease, or hypertension, these effects can be genuinely dangerous. Consuming this much sodium in a single sitting can also cause a dangerous spike in blood pressure. The Cleveland Clinic specifically warns about the blood pressure risk associated with high-dose sodium consumption. And because the flush forces so much liquid out of your bowels in a short period of time, the risk of severe dehydration is high. Your body has just expelled a large volume of fluid, and if you do not immediately and aggressively replace it, dehydration compounds all the other risks. Beyond the cardiovascular and electrolyte concerns, many people find the taste of the warm, heavily salted water so unpleasant that it causes vomiting before the flush even has a chance to work. When that happens, you have absorbed the sodium load without getting the laxative benefit, which creates the worst of both outcomes. The detox claims that accompany saltwater flush promotion are not supported by evidence. The Mayo Clinic is direct on this. Your body does not need a saltwater drink to clean itself. Your liver and kidneys are already working continuously to filter your blood, remove toxins, and eliminate them through urine and stool. The digestive system is not a pipe that accumulates sludge requiring periodic flushing. It is a dynamic, self-regulating system. The premise that drinking salt water clears toxins that your organs would otherwise miss is not based on how human physiology works. What about using it for severe constipation specifically, which is the most legitimate use case? A gastroenterologist from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and assistant professor at Harvard Medical School addresses this directly. If you are struggling with severe constipation, there are far safer and medically approved methods to get your bowels moving without risking dehydration and electrolyte collapse. The recommendation from Johns Hopkins Medicine is that most constipation stems simply from inadequate fiber intake or not drinking enough water. Increasing fiber through fresh apples, green vegetables, beans, and whole grain oatmeal addresses the underlying cause rather than forcing an emergency evacuation. For faster relief, over-the-counter options like osmotic laxatives gently draw water into the colon over a few hours without causing the violent cramping, vomiting, or blood pressure spikes that a saltwater flush produces. If a healthcare provider specifically recommends a saltwater flush for a medical reason, such as preparation for a colonoscopy, the preparation must be done correctly. The most critical detail is the type of salt. You cannot use regular iodized table salt because the added iodine can further upset the stomach. You must use a natural, non-iodized salt, such as pink Himalayan salt or pure gray sea salt. The standard preparation is 2 level teaspoons of non-iodized salt mixed into 32 ounces of warm water. Some people add fresh lemon juice to make the taste more tolerable. The entire mixture must be consumed on an empty stomach, typically first thing in the morning, and ideally within 5 to 10 minutes. You need to stay near a bathroom for at least an hour afterward. After the flush, replacing the fluid lost is the most important step. Multiple large glasses of plain water immediately after using the bathroom is the minimum. An electrolyte drink or coconut water helps replenish the minerals that the flush removes. Now here's the part that is particularly important. Daily saltwater flushing is dangerous, and the damage it does is cumulative. Some online content promotes drinking salt water every morning as a general wellness practice. This is a significantly different thing from an occasional flush for constipation relief, and the risks are categorically more serious. Forcing your bowels to empty with salt every single day causes your digestive system to lose its natural ability to function on its own. The intestines adapt to the artificial stimulation and become dependent on it. Chronic daily high-sodium intake also places sustained stress on the kidneys, causes the body to retain water in tissues, and permanently elevates blood pressure to levels that damage the heart over time. A small amount of salt in morning water for hydration purposes is harmless. A full saltwater flush as a daily habit is not. The bottom line from medical professionals is consistent. Saltwater flushes are fast-acting, but carry meaningful risks from dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, and blood pressure spikes. They are not detox tools. They do not clean your body of anything that your organs were not already eliminating, and they should not be used as a routine digestive aid. For most people dealing with constipation, fiber, hydration, and gentle laxatives when necessary are safer, more sustainable, and more appropriate solutions. And here is the group for whom the risks are most serious, because the article does not address this explicitly, but it is important. People with high blood pressure, kidney disease, heart conditions, or those taking medications that affect sodium or fluid balance face substantially higher risk from a saltwater flush than healthy adults. For these groups, a large sodium load is not just uncomfortable. It can trigger a hypertensive crisis, worsen kidney function, or cause dangerous fluid imbalances that require medical attention. If you fall into any of these categories and you're considering a saltwater flush for constipation relief, speaking with your doctor first is not optional caution. It is genuinely necessary given the cardiovascular and renal risk profile of this practice. For everyone else, the safer question to ask before reaching for any laxative, saltwater or otherwise, is whether the constipation is actually a symptom of insufficient fiber and hydration, rather than a digestive emergency requiring intervention. The data from Johns Hopkins Medicine is clear that most constipation resolves with consistent fiber intake and adequate water consumption, changes that take a day or two to show results, but carry no risks and address the root cause rather than forcing an emergency response. New videos every day covering the digestive health science that helps you understand your body and make safer choices. Subscribe.